Congrats on starting the process to join a fraternity or sorority at Duke. We're so excited for you to learn more about the group you're joining and build relationships that will last well beyond your time at Duke.
While we always expect that students will have a positive experience joining a group, we also want to give you some knowledge and tools to be prepared just in case. One of the most important things to remember is that while you are likely looking for a group and a place to feel connected here, and may think that means you need this group, they actually need you. They need you because their organization can't continue to exist without new members. Since you are the person or asset needed in this situation, you get to set the standard by which you will be treated when you join this group.
Think for a minute about what that standard might be for you. How do you prefer to be treated by friends? What kind of behavior has made you leave a friendship before? The same things you expect of your general friends should be expectations of your new relationships in these organizations. To start, let's define hazing a little bit. At its core, hazing is a type of power-based violence related to other ways power is used in violence in our world. It's also been defined as a social issue that has serious psychological and physical impacts rooted in the exertion of power and control over others.
According to the Duke Community Standards, hazing is defined as any action taken or situation created, whether on or off university premises, that is harmful or potentially harmful to an individual's physical, emotional, or psychological well-being, regardless of an individual's willingness to participate or its bearing on the individual's membership status. This could be enacted in many ways. Here are some examples based upon the Duke Community Standards definition. As you can see, there's a spectrum of generally how harmful these behaviors can be, with the likelihood of recognition of the behavior as hazing and the usual frequency of the behavior in negative correlation to one another. Some examples of hazing include being woken up in the middle of the night, being embarrassed in front of others on purpose, road trips, buying items from members, required to use Find My Friends on your phone, not being allowed to talk to people, and having your personal property controlled or taken away.
Now that you've been at Duke for a little while, you also have an understanding of the culture and climate on campus. Reflecting on that, you can see there are a few elements of campus climate that might contribute to or support a culture of hazing. Effortless perfection, for example, is this belief or pressure that you need to survive all kinds of really hard and difficult things and still be perfect on the outside without letting it bother you at all. There's also a great culture of high achievement here that means the push to make everything better, bigger, or more difficult than it was before. It's not that any of these parts of Duke culture are inherently bad, but we wanted to highlight how they might contribute to someone thinking hazing is a good idea or even continuing to participate in it.
Aside from being against the rules, hazing is also about trying to convince you to join a group through fear, not by actually proving that the group will have any value to you or make your Duke experience any better. Anyone who perpetuates hazing is trying to intimidate you because they are afraid of losing you. These behaviors are meant to tell you that the group will have power over you and that you don't have any individual choice anymore. It seems likely to us that individual choice is a pretty important part of your life. Choosing which college you went to was important. Deciding what you will major in is important to you. That kind of liberty is a basic part of our world, and the goal of hazing is to take that away from you.
Hazing is also about using tactics of coercion and abuse that in any regular situation, you probably wouldn't choose to subject yourself to. So why would you make that choice now? Consider some things about yourself, your character, traits, and generally why you want to join a group. If you find yourself in a situation that is hazing, consider what makes it difficult to speak up or leave for you. A couple things we often hear include fear of being the only one to do so, desire to join the group and being afraid that it will mean you won't be in anymore if you leave, fear of further or worse punishment or hazing, you want to seem extra tough, general social anxiety that might make it hard to speak up, or fear of isolation from your friends who are members.
It's important to recognize and name the things that might prevent you from exiting a situation so you can plan to work around them or know that your own health and wellness is more important. Knowing why you might not feel comfortable speaking up, we also want to help you think of some tactics you can use to get out of a situation. If you know something isn't good to begin with, don't go. You just don't have to show up. Turn your phone on silent so you don't have to answer it if you're worried about the members bugging you, etc. Talk to other new members about hazing beforehand and have a plan with each other to do something if something does happen. Cause some sort of distraction, dropping something, fake falling, feeling sick, etc., to break the focus of the moment and allow you all to walk out. Drop the group if they are doing things that just simply aren't okay. In general, follow your gut. If your gut is telling you something isn't right, it's usually correct. And lastly, follow up with CAPS, Duke Reach, or a trusted staff member or RA.
In general, make a plan for what you would do in a situation so you already have a better idea of what you feel comfortable doing. Remember, the goal of hazing is to convince you that you don't have the power, and that's just not true. The organization needs you in order to exist. So if you walk away and don't join, it's only hurting them and preventing you from being with people who think so little of you. Your college experience is much too important not to find a place you belong that actually values your humanity. We wanted to make sure we shared some of the extra resources around hazing and reporting it on campus. So feel free to take a picture with your phone. There'll also be posters of this up in residence halls during the semester. Finally, like we said, we hope that this isn't the experience for everyone, but we want to make sure you're prepared just in case it's something that does happen to you. At the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself and your friends and make sure that you get to enjoy your experience here.